and the market, the global market has opened on a misdirection. They started this year in a mixed mode. I will tell you what is happening in Asia as we speak now, what is happening in US market or Europe market. It still means from the first trading day of the year till this moment, the first trading day of the full another week in January. But I will tell you that one thing is, is very, very important for every trader anywhere you are in the world, whether you are trading the local market, the NGX, or trading in other African country, or we are trading in this matured market where the market is well regulated and also you can see activities happening. What matters is here this year, what is your goal? It is very, very important. What is your trading strategy is very, very important, and that will help you know to have strategic work outlook for the market and know how to work navigate the market profitably, especially where they were having a midterm election in the market. Also here in Nigeria, that already we have election year, you need to have a strategy that will help you to navigate the market so you can stay in profit and also release your losses in the market. These are what matters this year. As others are looking for that, we are looking for education, are looking at how you can use education to invest or trade confidently is what you need in 2026. And I'll tell you that yes, if you play this market intelligently, looking at what the market with the knowledge, I will tell you it's possible that you surpass what you made in 2025 as we look though into the year, especially as all eyes are on numbers across the market, whether the mature market or also in local market. I will tell you the first quarter of the year, the activities of what earnings, strategies, forecast, projections, all will be coming at this beginning of the year. But what, as I said earlier, you must invest with knowledge, and that is why you must go forward for it so that your confidence in the market also improve and you not be tossed up and down for market trend or what or sentiment in the market. Yes, let's start from what is happening in Asia. I'll tell you that Asia market, as we speak, is in green. It's open on a positive one the first trading day of the week, and it's as a result of what tech companies in this domain, especially when we talk of China, AI stocks. These are the one that's leading the market in that region. We are seeing a growing optimism over the artificial intelligence sector. Don't forget that also goes to work with tech industry. These are the things that also impacting the Asia market. Even we are seeing the growing the political tension around the war. Even also macroeconomic data risks that are also emanating. But see, we are seeing that in Asia we are seeing regional volume traded looking up, and also sorry, you're not only looking at a bit missed as a result of what? As a result of Japan holiday. Today, the market in Japan is also in holiday, and this was the board. Like I said earlier, that the tech companies are the best performance for the day or at this hour. That also aided by what the Chinese AI gains, and this also is part of what's also tracking what happened last Friday trading. That also was seen softer than expected. Non-payroll data also coming from US, and this also sort of support the expected interest remaining unchanged. No interest remaining unchanged in that region. But these are the things that's also driving that market. But I believe that despite the increasing the geopolitical battles or across the globe, we are seeing that Iran protest is also increasing, and US is also trying to intervene. Don't forget that what happened in recently at the beginning of this year, Venezuela, when the wife, the first lady, and the husband have been arrested, also appearing in court in US. All this also what's also affecting the commodity market, especially the oil, the crude oil market. But we're seeing oscillation in that market. So speaking now, we're seeing price trying to consolidate in that market. But we were expecting that we what happened in Venezuela was trying to see price moving above 70, but that is not the case. You can see that US stylish has also kind of subdued price of oil. Even OPEC is at the tight corner now. What to do to make sure that oil price will up? For me, it is for those that are oil producing country now to look at the strategy. How can they produce enough as per price is relatively low? Because you need to produce more to make money. If not, if you are putting the same quantity you are doing in 2025, you might not more. You have to change your strategy. These are the things that also is happening in the commodity market right now. We can see also that gold is hitting a new all-time high about 4,600 or something. Yeah, that tells you that everybody is running for what safe haven. As we are seeing what is happening around, so what happened also in Venezuela, what is going to happen also in US as the project of a repair project, let me say the chairman of Fed, trying to prove into him because of the project executed in terms of building. All these are also also putting panic as we speak. No, these are the things that is happening right now across the globe. But I'll tell you that Hong Kong market is also a part of what is also supporting the market. We are seeing a sharp rally in that market as we speak, as new company also is making a debut in that fair in that market as we speak. These are also things that are so important. But I'll tell you, majority of this market in Asia are driven by what tech or artificial intelligence related companies. These are what is important. Even when Asia market and stocks has moved on a mixed directions in the beginning of the year, but I'll tell you that the up pattern you are seeing there is a sort of tech stock looking up, and also political risk, with the geopolitical happening across the globe in and out is what was in the first trading week of the year. We saw that Japan and South Korea led the market in that region. Why, as we speak now, because of the holiday in Japan, we're seeing that that market is lagging now. But we know before I tell you Singapore is also looking up 0.7% right away. Australia market is also 0.5 in the grade. India market is not led behind, but I'll tell you that that market is lagging down by what by 0.5%. I said growing uncertainties over more US trade restriction against India. These are the things that is causing that market. I believe that in any market, you must prepare to navigate it, even when fear of intervention in Iraq and lagging progress towards the Russia-Ukraine ceasefire also have kept the tension on the red, on increase as we speak. That means most of the players in the market are playing with caution as we speak now. Yes, if you look at what is happening in the Europe market, yes, Europe market also not left behind. I told you that the market is open on the mixed market. That is what we're experiencing also in Europe as we speak. But that market, as we say, because of what is happening, don't forget that Europe and China market, and China in terms of business, we're seeing that um, Germany and other zone there, we're seeing that yes, the numbers are coming in terms of economic numbers are a bit mixed, but still, we're expect to see what the outcome of the ECB in that region or in that zone to navigate this year as more projection is coming or more that will also give us insight what to do in that region. But if you look at what is happening in US right now as we speak, I tell you that US market is in red. I tell you most of the majority of the indices in US market, the major that are pointing to what are pointing to red. And why? As a lot of what we're seeing that this aspect of Fed chairman said the focus after the alleged of on Sunday evening that the Department of Justice probe into the central bank's recent renovation project was politically motivated. And I said earlier that we saw gold surging to all time, and it's a result of what weak dollars, and at the same time seeing the statement that came from the Fed chairman. It's about oil price. I've mentioned it is also oscillating, and that tells you that investors are looking at where will they put their money right now. But I tell you that at the beginning that numbers are expected to come in this first quarter of the year, that starting from this January, and that is going to shape the market going to the future. Now Jones, as we speak now, is down by 0.5%, while S&P is also down by 0.6, and Nasdaq is not left behind. That one down by 0.8 as we speak. And this is after the market has hit all-time high on Friday. For this morning, we're seeing this flag due to what? Due to surge, in the shares of chip makers in the last week. But right now, traders appear to be widely looking at of the monthly employment report to see which weekend what as expected, as I mentioned earlier. But let's wait and see what happens as the chairman of Fed flag up to some renewed political pressure. That also if there will increase in interest or interest rate to be stay left unchanged. These are the things that the market is also grappling with as we speak now in that region. But good news is that like I said earlier, oil price is also related as we speak now. Oil is just around the $63.22 per barrel at this moment. These are the things that is happening right away. And Apple lead Apple shares also is leading a global smart phone market, and this also what we expect to see that the tech companies, like I said earlier, has to play a major role in this new year and also going to be, because before now most analysts in the mature market have seen that the tech companies with the artificial intelligence are roughly overvalued, but you can see that it goes up and down. I see that I said there's bubble here and there, but to speak, there's no bubble I've seen so far, but people are afraid of bubble in this mature market. But I'll tell you, if you look away from what is happening in the mature market, let's see what is happening in the Africa continent. If you look at this Southern Africa, we see that market has opened on the positive note after most of the market in this continent has not performed extremely excellent in 2025. That trend is still what we're seeing right now in what we're seeing in Ghana, in Kenya, also even in South Africa, Egypt was not left behind. These are the things that investors are looking at. This emerging market potential there, and that also we expect to see front coming if all the projections for 2026 comes to play. We are seeing more fund flowing towards to the South Africa because of the population, because of the potential, and these are why investors also see where they can put their tent in this new year to deepen their portfolio or diversify their portfolio in different market. Looking at different markets is also a way of earning what more for yourself in 2026. Yes, we'll look at what is happening in our market here. NGX. NGX, I will tell you, this market has been actively up from the first trading day of the year to this hour, and that makes the market very, very interesting right now as we speak. But good thing is that you need to look at what is the market data right now. As we speak now, tell that the market is up by 0.22%. Markets are traded a range of what 162,337 to 162,683.14. But as we speak, market is is stayed at what is currently at 162,656.48, up by of basic point 358.40 is representing 0.22 or 0.23% as we speak. Good one. If you look at the market breadth is strong and very healthy. I see that we're having a 37 advancers in the market now and 13 users in the market as we speak. Like we go back to our topic today to see, yes, when we come to the chart, we can look at all those chart those high gainers or losers, but the top 5 or top 3. But let's look at the topic today: how to trade technical rally in any market cycle. I will tell you that let's start by this way because it's good to have a background of what you are looking at or what you want to study. If you look at what we say technical rally, any market has different rally, but technical rally is a pattern being repeated or repeating itself, and also where people also expect that here this is how the market has been in terms of in technical rally, say trend repeat itself. But then when you see a fundamentally supported rally, it's also different from a technical rally. That means for you to take advantage of technical rally, you must understand the cycle, must understand the face of the market. These are the things that will help you to play the market correctly. Without that, you'll be guessing in the market. If you want just to play an up market, you say, oh, it's a risk rally. Are you entering at the wrong time? Are you positioning in the right stock at the right time? You need to ask yourself all those questions. That is the only way you can also have something to show that you understand what you are doing in the market. If not, it's as if you are guessing. That is why in a technical rally, it is about knowing the market, cycle, the market phase, and also what is the market at that particular time. And you have to look at your technical indicators to apply for the world for the stage the market is, because I tell you at this point applying robust risk strategy or management is very, very key, because the core strategy is that you look at what is the market trending up, what is the primary trend in the market, and also are you looking at using a short-term rally, is it a pullback? These are the things to know, is there any entry opportunity in the market? As we speak now, our market is experiencing what we call purely technical rally at the beginning of the year. You ask yourself, is it that sector rotation or stocks are undervalued at market? Yes, you might put all this together. Stock are undervalued, some stock are undervalued by a sector rotation, but I'll tell you purely this was technical rally. When you see a fundamental rally, it's when we start seeing the unaudited account or management account of this company that will start hitting the market as from what? As from either the 20th or from the 23rd, as from next week, start seeing this number. And also don't forget that all eyes are still on what? On macroeconomic data in terms of inflation for 2025 December to come. And also all eyes are also that the first MPC meeting by coming up this month of January, or likely, these are the things. But I will tell you that once this technical is going, is for you to understand, is it the right time for you to jump in now, or for you to cash the profit you have made. No, also there is what we call a sell market and also buy market. For those in class, I tell you that you sell into what is a strong market and buy into a weak market. What you are saying now, is it time for you to jump into a new position or to sell the one that will give you profit? Yes, I will tell you that it depends on where you are standing and what the market phase we are now. I will tell you that this is what we call a accumulation phase, or markup phase of the market as we speak, because I will tell you that the market is also trading above the T line, and also even above the short term moving average. That means you must identify the phase of the market. Once you're able to identify this phase of the market, it will help you to know exactly what to do. And generally, we'll have 4 phases of the market. Put everyone in the class by this time to have an idea what we call the accumulation phase, the markup phase. That this accumulation and markup phase are the bull market. Accumulation and markup are the bull market. Why the distribution phase or markdown, or we call it decline phase of the market, are more of what bear market. And you approach this market with different strategy. A bull market and a bear market are different strategy. You can't usually that you use that to trade your bull market, also to trade your bear market. You must have a strategy that work for them and also apply it strictly to this market so that you're able to work to make money. That means the market that is starting now, since I said it's a technically, what will you do? Is it the time for you to jump into stock? Well, market is already at a markup phase, not at distribution phase, but at the accumulation and distribution phase. In this phase, you apply also different. Now that markets already have gone beyond the accumulation, already in the markup phase, what you do, you sell into position that you are in profit, then you wait for a pullback or a dip also take position, and that is where you have distribution and markdown. And the rally that is now is not where you should jump, because I will tell you that until start seeing those earnings that I was going to support morally, right? But as you speak now, those that are yet to rally, that you see that okay, their prices are fair, compared to where they're coming from, because already the market has entered a new high. Market have crossed the peak of 20 here that we need to buy. Already well seen, our market has already moved ahead of it, because market has crossed the 160,000 mark, moving higher, as we speak. And when we start seeing this, earnings of management account that will come out from next week, when it comes and these numbers beat expectation, that is why I said it cannot be attack that was seeing, fundamental or earnings sentiment, or earnings, driven, rally. But as we speak now, you have to be very careful. That's why you must pay attention to where the market is now, whether it's like trending or trending up or not. That you need to apply a strategy, and that's why also price action becomes very, very important at this point, because when you are seeing higher highs and also you are seeing higher lows, it's an uptrend. Or when you are seeing lower lows and lower highs and also lower lows, certain people, as we speak now, we are seeing that means the market is up. These are given down. Also, like I said, which of the indicators going to use. I'm going to use a lag indicator or a leading indicator. You must look at your money flow. Money flow is a leading indicator to tell you where the money is entering, so that you take advantage of that. If not, money is entering the market, it's also entering some individual stock. You must pay attention to it. Yes, your T line must serve here now as well as your resistance and support level to tell you where the market is. And as the market is rallying above the 20 days or 21 days moving average, or what we say 21 days moving average exponential, that is a EMA. It also give you a sign that this month, I mean, at that time you are following to see where will be a pullback, and that pullback also whether it will go. But when the moving average or will now continue to be a support level or of the market or the stock, but then you now pay attention to volume again. Volume in the market now, is it up or not? You can see that we are seeing relatively low traded volume even as market is going up. It's not as strong as because I would tell you the average traded volume of the market is trading below it. That is that, yes, you can see what I say is technical rally, but when you see volume increasing more from that's where you see there this fundamental different word rally. But now it's pure technical, and that is why in the pure technical market you also know when to take profit is very, very key and very, very important, because risk element is very, very important. That anywhere at the market you need to pay attention to know how to manage this. Is very, very important. In your position sizing, don't forget to put your stop loss order. It's also be there. Also, you can know how to scale in and scale out. It's very, very important anytime you are trading this market, because that is the only way you can stay ahead of the market. And that's why I said, I'm now expressing a technical rally. You need to also make sure that you understand the circle and adopt the right word, the right strategy that that suits your investing objective for your trading plan. That as market is prevailing, you need to understand how to confirm the right now signal from the word, the price action, the volume, the technical I've just mentioned, so that you also manage your risk very well. These are things we want to share today. For quickly look at those, let's call some indicators up to help us also to understand the market better, and also for us to see, is it a range bound market already? Is it an up market? These are the things that will help you to confirm where the market is. You must apply your what we call volume analysis in anything you are doing at this point, because price movement is genuine when you are seeing a fundamental different rally, or when you are seeing technical rally, there's that sentiment in the market where the front ending entrance, sorry, that is where you should pay attention. If the volume you are seeing supporting the rally is also very, very important. When you are seeing a rally on a low volume, that rally, you need to suspect something, you need to play with it. But like what we're seeing now, we're seeing rally, we're seeing no moving average, no traded below, no in the market. That's why I said purely this is technically you have to also be very, very smart and know when to take profit is very, very clear. And also when to buy into those stock, individual stock that are having a word good signal to position at this point is what is very, very important. Now let's quickly look at those indicators that we normally use in this class. Let's call our T line, and everyone in this class you understand, and this is a new year, that T line is serve as what your support and resistance. It's always there for you to help you. Even we are using 21 days, we are using 8 days, all depends on you. Money flow is what that we cannot joke with in this class this year, because you need to follow the money. That is what I said is a lead indicator. Every other one might be lagging, but this one will tell you where from, and even the general market on the just stop. Pay attention to where money is entering. It's very, very key. Yes, let's look at our MACD for our momentum reading. Let's see what's also happening. We're changing our to our 8 days moving average exponential, which will help us also to understand this market as we speak now. Yes, from here you can see that the blue line, you can see from let's put here, you can see from the month of December, around December 2nd, you have seen that the market, as you can see it up here, trading above the T line and break out the last resistance level here. As at when you can see that tells you that at first you can see that market has moved up now since the first trading day of the year to this point. So galloping ball, pay attention, look at the money flow index. Look at this point that money is already on 100% basis point, 100% in terms of money flow. Also, we're still already seeing it here again, another 100%. Money has entered to the market to the maximum, but volume is not supporting this, which already you can see from this volume indicator. This black line is telling you that this is the average traded. Once you see the green line or the red one crossing this blue one, then there is a high volume. You can see when this market was up here, you can see how many times it was able to cross this green. That was strong volume. You can see it here. Even when it was coming, I can see the volume here. But this time you can see that with the up rally, was seeing relatively small volume supported the market, which is not total. You can see for a long time. But right now, we saw when volume towards the end of the year, you saw it here. But right now, it's also remaining relatively below the average traded on a daily basis, because we're looking at what a daily chart right now. You can see it here. You must pay attention. But good thing that momentum is strong. That is good thing that you must pay attention to your price, pay attention to your momentum, and pay attention to where money is going. Timing is very, very key here. You can see that. You can look at this a day time frame we're looking at, but you can see that market is still not going badly. You can look at 1 hour chart. What is it going now? The 1 hour chart is also very strong. Yeah, but if we look at 1 hour chart now, you can see that on momentum, you can see that it's trying to find direction here. You can see that the signal line, which is for the MACD, is flat here. But money flow is still strong on 1 hour chart, almost reading almost 78.79. For me, it's a good one. That's for 1 hour chart. You can equally go as high as looking at 2 hours. Okay, let's look at the 2 hours charts. Then finally look at the 4 hours chart. For those that are following me, I don't play with that. See the market now on 2 hours is still very, very strong. You can see that money flow is already there 95 point something, and MACD is telling that yes, as once you see the blue and cross down, it's also a sign that the market is stable. Right is towards it. I see that the signal line is still very, very it has not crossed down. But finally look at the 4 hour chart. Yes, you can see the 4 hour chart. I see already reading 100 money flow. I see that money is in the market now, but you need to be very careful because volume is not going in that direction as much. Fine, volume is positive, but we're seeing the carry volume in this money entered market. You have to see that, you know, when you start seeing the fundamentally driven market where you see earnings, volume will come in, and that's also you have to be very careful. Always have a goal that you are trading or have a plan you are trading to know when to exit the market with profit and also when to buy into a low or a weak market. These are the things that you have at the beginning of this year. Don't just follow the trend. Have a strategy, look at your volume, look at what the sentiment in the market, look at where the money is entering. Yes, every other one is going to confirm. That's why we must pay attention this year. Yes, we know because of our time already we have spent more than 20 minutes for the class. It's because this today is the first trading and also we start a bit late, at the beginning. But I tell you that this year, once we're able to take advantage of the up market at this beginning before they start seeing earnings. That's why as you're taking profit, don't forget that in a winning, trade, you don't take profit once, you take it slowly, but that's why you must pay attention to what is happening. Already, it's an uptrend. This is a markup market. We're saying market has not entered distribution or a markdown right away. You can quickly go back to look at the day chart as we speak. You can see also here that also if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see that the market is still also looking good here, above the T line as we speak. Let's keep the back across. It's good to see you on Wednesday and say thank you for your time and also welcome to 2026, another profitable year for designing investor like you and I. See you on Wednesday. Bye.